Hey guys, welcome to another video episode of Shout Me Loud, and I'm your host Harsh Agrawal. I hope you have been enjoying our series of video on blogging, WordPress, SEO. And today I'm adding a new series which is about how to manage your company. I'm a blogger and I really don't want to spend a lot of time micromanage things around me. All I need is few like-minded people who share the same vision and want to be their own boss and work together and enjoy the life. And this has been our vision and mission for many years. And since 2016, we have been constantly developing new systems, learning from the best in the world to develop a system of our own to grow our remote team. And many of you might not be knowing, we are a team of 5 people working remotely. Everyone works from their different place. Like right now, I'm in a co-working place, working from there and recording video with Sharath. And that's how we work. We meet once in a while and that's how we work. So in the next few series of the video, I'll be sharing how we run our blogging company. We call it ShoutDreams. We have few blogs like ShoutMeLoud, CoinSutra, WP Sutra, and I'll be sharing few things how we integrate, collaborate, and grow our company. So this video series is for all the bloggers and freelancers out there who want to grow in their life, want to make their brand bigger. Moreover, when your responsibilities are shared, you enjoy life more, and working in collaboration helps you grow better. So in the next few videos, I'll be sharing exact things that we have been using, the problem that we have been facing to grow our company, what we are doing to face those challenges, and I hope that helps you. Alright, so I'll give you a background of how it all started. It was in 2008 when I started blogging, and I was working solo. I had few people in between. I had a designer who joined me in 2010. His name was Akshay. Brilliant designer who designed Shout Me Loud and also Theme Premium. I had this blog which I sold off later on. Then there was this guy Sid who was from southern part of India, who was a school dropout, who joined me for Calling All Geeks, which was a tech blog that I acquired, and then we started working on that. So that's how I started building the team. And the idea was not to be the boss or run a company where I'm giving the order, but the whole plan was that people who actually want to do whatever they are good at, and if they can contribute in my journey, they can be a part of it. And with that, things moved on. In 2013, I met Sharath, and he was a bright kid who was very motivated, wanted to do something, and believed in the whole vision of blogging as a business. He really liked the idea of helping everyone understand about blogging and speak their mind and do what they want to. Both of us started working on Shout Me Loud and few other blogs. I was focusing on content, Sharath was taking care of the graphics and development, and that's how we started working. That was 2013 and this is 2018. He was the first guy who stuck for so many years. Now that time the communication was very easy because there was just 2 of us. In 2015, we hired an editor because we realized that we are from India, our English definitely needs an upliftment, especially the editing part. And then Eric, who was an American, I met him in Bali and then he joined our team. He was a digital nomad, a typical digital nomad who left his house and who was traveling all across Asia and working from everywhere. Before that, me and Sharath used to work from one office. Now we decided that we will work off our own, we'll meet once or twice a month. And this is the time when we realized that we are evolving from an individual to an organization and also to a company, which is a remote company. And we started having this internal discussion that these are the things we should do, because everything was new to us, like the management and engaging with the team was very new. That's where 2 more people joined us, and that made our number to 5. And that's the time the things started shaping up. We realized that now we are on to something, because from 5 we'll be probably moving to 10, 15, 20 members in next 3-4 years. And this is where I realized that okay, now it's time to manage everything. There are things we need to do. The collaboration has to be uniform. The most important thing when you're working in a group, that no decision should become a bottleneck for one person. Initially, I had those challenges where I have to make all the decisions and the things were getting executed. And I knew that that kind of system cannot sustain for long. The solution was that people who are making a decision, they should be able to make decision of their own. Of course, there should be a time for the collaboration, like a group meeting or something where we discuss ideas or we plan like what needs to be done, and eventually the execution and everything should be done by one person. And a great example of this was 2017 redesign of ShoutMeLoud. Now that was done by two persons in my team, Sharath and also our graphic guy Nimesh. And the best thing, apart from like occasional input, everything was done autonomous by these people, of course with the input from the whole team. The thing which we learn from there is when you actually give the decision making power to somebody else, the things get executed faster. Now this was the thing which keep coming, like finances was one of the challenges that we faced. Then bookkeeping, management and productivity was another thing which we were lacking. Another challenge, and I think like this one was really big because we were not used to like, monitoring or making a document of what we are doing the whole day. And as we started growing, we realized that we really need that kind of data, because by the end of the month, we want to evaluate what people are working on, what are the things that can be improved. And moreover, when we are working from home, when we are working online, we really don't know how much time we are spending on being productive and how much time we are spending on doing activities. So this is where we started implementing new things. For example, we started using Focus Booster. That's basically a technique where we divide time in different blocks, like 25 minutes block of a time, where we, with single focus, we just work on one thing. And when we started implementing those techniques, for me and the whole team, we realized that our productivity was increasing. Moreover, when we started documenting, we figured out that major block of our time was going on waste. We are definitely working on computer, we're spending a lot of time online, but the productivity by the end of the day was not that great. So these two things started coming up when we started documenting. And this is something I would recommend, even if you're an individual or if you have a group of people working with you, you should document how you're spending your day. And another technique that we started using is like when we start the day, we decided like these are the three things every individual has to do this activity, to decide what are the things they are going to work on. And of course, they can work on 10 different things apart from that, but those three things, those three most difficult mountains, they have to move by the end of the day. And with this kind of implementation, things started moving on in the right direction. Well, fast forward 2018, now we are at the stage where I have to decide which direction the company should go, our organization should go. And few of the challenges that we are facing is to define the KRA, the key responsibility area for everyone. Now, for the people who are already from management, for them it's a piece of cake. A person like me who has actually zero experience, doing all these things, it's a lot of learning experience. And from there, all these videos are coming from. Once these stages are gone, probably I won't be able to make this kind of videos because I'll be engaged with something else. So I'll just take a few minutes to talk about KRA. So KRA is a key responsibility areas, basically what area they are working on, what is their roles and responsibility. Apart from that, what are the things they are supposed to do by the end of the month. And this all come down from the documentation that we did. So once we started documenting, and when I gone through those 2-3 months of data, I realized that every person has some defined thing they do every month. Now once we start putting a number to it, once we know that one person is doing this much task, it becomes very easier for us to hire new people and give them a certain roles, responsibility, and also to decide a salary based on that. So to give you an example, let's say we have an editor who gets paid, let's say $1,000 a month, and his job is to edit all the blog posts in a month. Now in 3 months time, we got to know that we publish about 50 blog posts, we have 30 email newsletter, so many social media updates, and few other copies that they need to do. So now we know what kind of editor we need, what kind of task that the editor has to do. Once everything is documented like this, it becomes very easier for me to make decisions. And this is something that you should start doing, because whenever you want to hire a new writer, an editor, a graphic designer, or anyone, you can't be like, hey, you need to take care of editing. And it works initially, but later on you have to put a number to it. So once you have this kind of data, your tasks become easier. If you have people working with you, or even if you're working solo, you should document things. And by the end of the month, you should make an audit to figure out what all tasks that you have done. If you have written blog post, how many articles you have written. If you have sent out newsletter, how many newsletter you have sent out. If you have made social media updates, how many social media update you have done. And this kind of things, initially it feels like waste of time, but over the time it just improves the whole process. And that is the last thing I want to talk in this video, the process. Everything you do needs to have a process. Somebody joins your team, there should be a process of what kind of things that person should get. For example, their joining letter, for their salary slip, onboarding email telling them what are the softwares that you use and they should use. Now you may not need it when you have 1 or 2 people joining in, but when you have a lot of people coming in, then you need this thing. And if you start preparing them right now, it will help you to grow, because 1 to 5 takes time, but from 5 to 20 or 5 to 50 will be really fast, and it will work out only when you have all this process in the place. Because when you're growing, you should be able to figure out which part is not working, which part you need to improve on, where you are getting maximum productivity, where you are not getting productivity. And this goes on all the aspects of your organization. More important, you have to become a leader. Now this is something that you have to practice, and you have to get into that mindset where you understand that you can't manage and you don't have to manage everything around you. You have a purpose. You can have people to join you in that journey, in that purpose, and how you interact, how you engage, how you manage is all up to you. Well, I hope this video has given you something new. I know this is not a very polished or structured video, because this is something which I've been going through, and I thought it's important for many of ShoutMeLoud readers to know that what my journey has been, what I'm going through, and what is coming next. If you have any follow-up questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Just in case if you're a blogger and thinking like, hey, I don't need these kind of things, think again. How do you want your life to be in next 5 to 10 years? Do you want to be working alone, or do you want to be working with few but like-minded people who share the same vision and mission as yours? Just think about it and watch the next video. There might be something useful for you. See you in the next video. Bye bye.